afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the GolfMonger Show. I'm your host, Brian Steff, and I am the GolfMonger. Back with me after a couple of weeks out. Desi's back in the house with us.
Hey, guys.
Hey, how was the trip home?
Too long.
Too long? That's what you said
I
before
was
we
missing
came on.
Myrtle Beach weather,
Yeah. Well, listen, for a while you weren't missing much Myrtle Beach weather. It was not good, but it was definitely probably warmer than where you were.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's for sure. That's for sure. We got a lot to kick off today. Finally get a chance to take a look back at Jordan Spieth's big win at Hyundai Tournament of Champions. He just was put on a show. We talked about this earlier this week on Fantasy Golf TV. And Jeff was glad to point out, to make me eat my words about Jordan Spieth. And I said it in a more broader picture.
Right.
Saying that, the one thing that really separates him right now from the other top guys is his putting.
Right.
I mean, he's a machine right now.
Right.
He makes everything he looks at.
And we talked about that, too.
And he asked, we had talked the week before, will he have another year this year like he had last year? Or will he drop off in 16? And I said, I thought that possibly his putting could fall off.
Oh, man.
Because at that kind of space, or because that kind of pace that he's on, the way he's just making everything, or has for about the past 6-8 months, we've just really never seen the likes of that before. So, my thought was possibly that could fall off. And talking to another friend of mine over the week about that comment, he kind of laughed and he said that in a vacuum, me saying that and then Spieth's performance at Kapalua makes me look stupid. But the way I got to thinking about it, the way I was viewing it is he going to be the next Ben Crenshaw, who was just the best? I mean, if you ask guys on tour, and anybody knows golf is just the best putter, anybody, most consistent best putter around, for his entire career. Or is he going to be like Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, those guys, when they got hot, they could go stretches of weeks, months, like Spieth's been on, where they make everything, and then they fall off that pace, and they kind of do this with their putting. Not that they become bad putters,
right,
but they just don't make the percentage that he's making right now.
Well, I would have said just saying how he's been so humble about everything and how dedicated, how hard he works. I probably would put my money on Spieth continuing the way he has, because even though he's had a phenomenal 2015 season, he's also had some downs in that one. And so I feel like
everybody does.
Right. And I mean, with that, though, it also gives him a lot more room for growth and continued success. So it's not like he, hit it hard and burned out. Like, he's kind of had some high points, some mid points, and some low points, and to the point where this kid is just getting started.
Well, he may be better than we even said.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, the media, society in general, is quick to crown the next phenom.
Of course. Well, they need it.
The next champion. Well, no, we want it. We don't need it. There are a lot of good golfers out there.
True.
We don't need the next dominant, awesome player.
Well, when I say need
but
it,
we wanted it.
I would say we want it as players, need it as marketers.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They want it so bad.
Yeah.
Especially right now, because it is very obvious that golf's shining star for so long is no more.
Pulled down.
It is damn near extinct. So they're grasping, it was Rory.
Right.
Then it was, maybe Bubba will do it. Then it was Ricky. Now it's Spieth. He's actually stepped ahead.
Right.
But the amazing thing is, he's not that far ahead.
He's not.
I mean,
he's not.
Everybody talks about the phenomenal year he had the year before. That's the year Rory had. So it's not like it hasn't been done forever.
Well, no.
I mean, he was close. He was this close.
Yeah.
To, winning the 3 majors. Missed the playoff by a stroke. Missed a putt that he doesn't normally miss.
It's close out there.
It's fun. And it makes looking forward to the rest of 16 that much more fun and that much more interesting. Almost makes you wish he was playing this week.
I know, I kind of
most guys, but it's pretty standard that most guys have played in the TOC, the bigger names.
Right.
play in the Tournament of Champions, but they won't play in the Sony Open.
Right.
They will not hop over and play.
They're probably hop for a little fun.
By the way, if Jimmy Walker, there's probably still in Hawaii.
I'm
not golfing. But Jimmy Walker, if he wins again this year, they might have to change the name of the Sony Open to the Jimmy Walker Invitational.
Well, I like the name Walker, so I vote for Jimmy to take that.
So, he's a two-time defending champ. Last year, he won by 9 strokes, I think.
Yeah.
So, his average score the last 8 rounds at Wildlife Country Club, 65.
Wow.
That's the average.
Wow.
65 is the last 8 rounds.
Wow. Now, where is Jimmy Walker from?
He's like a Texas guy, I think. Yeah, I think he's from Texas somewhere.
And he's won the last 2.
He's won the last 2 at the Sonys. So I said if he wins again this year, they might have to change the name.
They should.
Especially if he keeps running away with it, if he runs away with it again.
Walker Open.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Because then you could maybe think it's you try to claim that.
Absolutely.
But, there's a good field this week. It's the first full field event of the calendar year of 2016. Not, the wraparound season, not of the whole season, but of the calendar year.
And
so it'll be fun.
Last year we kind of ended a lot of our talks with FedEx Cup standings.
Yeah.
And currently, number 1, we have Kevin
Kisner.
Yeah. And I know you mentioned him a lot last year.
I like him. Yeah. He kind of came on last year. I like the way he plays, his steadiness. And I don't see anything different for him in 16. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see. I'll be talking more about Kevin Kisner.
Awesome. Look forward to it.
He's going to give me more things to talk about, more reasons to keep him in the forefront. Although I don't know that this week is
going to be that week.
For him. I don't know. There's a lot of guys that play pretty well at the Sony every year.
Okay. The weather doesn't know.
This week there's guys who just comfortable out there that they played it a lot. Guys like Jimmy Walker, obviously, but Charles Howell III is a horse for the course. He's got multiple top 10s over his career. Jerry Kelly, veteran, in his mid-40s. If you're looking for a long shot pick this week.
There it is.
He won in 2002. That's 13, 14 years ago, right? He won it then. He's got 10 other top 10 finishes, or 8 other top 10 finishes in this event. So you're talking about a guy that likes the course and likes the event and likes being there. Yeah.
We also got VJ Singh in there, too.
Yeah, and VJ's just at this point in his career. If he's feeling it and it's a course that he likes, he can put up a score. But he's not going to threaten anything to win.
Nothing
I don't think
impressive.
so. Matt Kuchar's another guy who's had past success at this venue. So,
did very well last year.
So there's a lot of ways to go and look at this and talk about it. Then you got a bunch of young guys, that as we're looking at seems like all the time now, we have to talk about the young guys, which for me is awesome because I'd like to see that coming onto the scene. Fabian Gomez got his first win back in the fall. He's carried it over well. Milo Grillo, guys like Chris Kirk.
Grillo's in the top first right now.
Well, because he won the first event of the year. He won the prize not only his first win. There's just, so many guys to add to that list to talk about. But I want to focus on an old guy to start. We were talking before we came on the air about the new rules of golf because 2016, as of January 1st.
Make sure you get your books, people.
Yeah. The new book came out, so make sure you get it so you have the updated rules, right?
Absolutely.
In the field this week, so the first time under the new rules, Tim Clark, Adam Scott, 2 well-known anchored putters.
Right.
Now, we've seen Adam Scott last year play with a short putter. We've seen him in events, PGA Tour events, with a short putter. And we were all reminded why Adam Scott went to a long putter.
Right.
Because he can't putt. Tim Clark, on the other hand, the South African, chose, because now he's older, he's in his mid to late 40s, he he chose to just basically make hay while the sun shines and just continue to play with the long putter, the anchored stroke, until he actually can't anymore. And so it'll be interesting to see now. This will be his first PGA Tour event. Well, it doesn't even have to be a short putter. We're saying that. We got to get out of that with a non-anchored stroke.
Makes sense.
Because Adam Scott at one point commented he was practicing, trying to figure out how to putt with that long putter still.
Right.
Just not anchoring it to his body. And my thought was, no, in hell you can do that, because how do you hold it steady?
It's too much.
Away from your body as high up.
Yeah.
If it was easy to do, more guys would be doing it.
Right.
That's the way I look at it.
Right.
You know, so
I saw Michael bring on the Golf Channel.
Yeah.
Do a session on that last night. I woke up in the middle of the night, go to sleep, turned on the Golf Channel, and there he was showing how to use the broomstick putter away from your chest, and also taking it and using it with the old Sam Snead putt forward approach.
Now here's my question. At that point, are we adjusting weights? Are we adjusting?
well, yeah, I mean, well, you can do that. There's nothing. I mean, as long as you do it within the rules, you can do whatever you want. But
Right.
Tim Clark, actually, I saw an article. I'm trying to find it right now. He's got this new putter that he's using. He's from Biomech. I've never even heard of that company.
Biomech.
Jim, have you ever even heard of that company?
Now, how is Biomech spelled?
Biomech,
Okay.
like short for biomechanic, I guess. But it's got a weird. This article that I just Googled found doesn't have a picture of it. One other one I read did, and it's got a really funky shaped head. Like, maybe this will be it.
Oh, the AccuLock Ace putter he's
Yeah.
using. Okay.
Yeah, I never even heard of it. But it is. Here it is.
I'm sure we'll be seeing it at the PGA.
AccuLock Ace putter from Biomech Golf. It is.
Well, that's a cool looking putter right there.
Looks like a garden hose.
You think? With a hole
The
in the
shaft
middle.
goes to the back. We're pointing at the screen. People can't.
Yeah.
But the article was at golfmagic.com is where we found this article with a picture of the Biomech AccuLock Ace putter. And the putter head, basically, the shaft goes down the back at an angle, it almost looks like. And it's got a hole in the middle of the putter.
Yeah.
In front of the shaft, though. Like the others you've seen, like that, the 2-ball putters, or the weird, comes off the back side of the putter.
Right.
This is as big as like a 2-ball putter or 3-ball putter or the weird spider putters. There are different kinds of it out there. But all that stuff is behind the shaft. This is actually in front of the shaft. The circle and the big part of the putter.
Now, what
The face is in front of the shaft.
what your picture doesn't show, which I pulled off on Golf Week's article as well, there's actually a dip.
It's like rounded.
It's rounded.
That's what I originally saw.
Yeah, it's a rounded putter head.
Yeah, the quote on the PGA Tour, on the PGA of America website, Tim Clark was commenting saying he feels like a rookie all over again.
I would think so.
Because it's been forever since he's putted with a non-anchored stroke.
Now, here's a question. Why not start before you had to? You
Well,
know?
like I said, at his point of his career, he only has so many years left.
Right.
And that's why I said, in my opinion, I think he was trying to make hay while the sun shine.
Didn't quite
He
happen.
didn't want to play any events tinkering with a new stroke. He wanted to go with what worked, try to make as much and do as well as he could, make as much money as he could before he has to switch over.
It's a risk.
Well, it's a risk reward. I mean, he could have been practicing on the side for 2 years. We don't know that.
Right.
But just choosing to continue to use
While they
that
could.
anchored stroke while it was legal. I mean, remember, he was one of the loudest voices fighting the new rule.
Right.
Tim Clark was.
Right.
I think it would have been pretty hypocritical of him to scream from the mountaintop the way he did. He was one of the first ones to utter the words lawsuit. And then to turn around before the ban actually comes into effect, start using the short putter. That's, in my opinion, that's a bit hypocritical.
It is.
So I think he kind of painted himself into a corner and almost had to continue to play with
True.
the long putter all the way, and the anchored stroke all the way up to the bitter end.
Yeah.
But more so than that, I think he was just choosing at 46, 47 years old
Trying to
to make hay while the sun
spin.
shines. Yeah, try to squeeze as much purse money out as he could before.
I mean, I don't blame the guy.
So I don't either. Hey, listen, it's his job.
Yeah.
He's got to make money. He's got to make a living. I don't blame him. I don't blame those guys for complaining and wanting not to have the rule change.
Right.
I don't disagree. I agree that rule should be not allowed because anchoring is cheating.
What if you have a handicap?
It's totally different. These guys don't have handicaps. And we're not talking about golf handicap.
Right, not a golf handicap.
Talking about
A physical
handicap.
disability.
A physical disability, yeah. He's talking about handicap. You've got to remember what we're talking about here, Desi. But, no, that would probably be a total other, that I don't even want to get discussing for a whole other time. Possibly we talk about this, but, because there are exceptions to the rule.
Right.
And really, we're only talking about PGA Tour. Yes, it's a USGA rule, so all golfers should have to follow it now. Right. But we're all around here also believers in amateurs having rules different from pros, local rules, and things like that. So
whole other discussion.
Whole other discussion for another time. But I just wanted to point out, it'd be very interesting to see Tim Clark in particular. I'm going to watch him this week.
Well, what about Adam Scott, Carl Peterson?
Well, we've seen those guys. Those guys have putted with the short putter already. We've already seen that. And we already know Adam Scott can't putt. He'll probably never win again. But with Carl Peterson, he's just not as big a name like people don't
really follow him.
Yeah.
And for our folks at home, just in case you don't know, when I brought up the disability fact, one of the articles mentions that Clark actually was born with a kind of a supination issue with his wrist, and which is why he made the argument for having the anchored putter. So, I mean, it was not just style, but also for him, it was actually...
No offense, that's a great excuse.
You got to put it out there.
Swings the rest of the clubs with no problem. Swings the rest of the clubs with no problem.
I'm just saying.
He doesn't cry disability when he's swinging his driver.
You got the evidence. You got to present it, right?
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just said that's just a convenient excuse.
Of course.
In my opinion.
Of course.
So, who do you like this weekend?
Sony.
The Sony.
You know, it's a tough call. I must admit, I'm a VJ fan, and I know
that's a really long shot.
I know it's a long shot.
That's good.
But you know, sometimes you just kind of.
Jeff doesn't even have his mic on. We could hear him laughing.
I know, right? Can you laugh any louder? I appreciate it.
He's not even turned on.
He's like, I can't even hold that one back. But no, I mean, I think we saw a great show last week, and this week we'll actually have a few names to kind of get in there that they couldn't last week. So I think was it Danny Lee now is in the lead, one stroke up.
Yeah, they're probably just now teeing off.
Yeah, so I mean it's very early to kind of say. And who do you?
Until someone beats him like Jimmy Walker. I mean, it's
going with Walker.
It's boring. It's boring to say, but I mean, I like Jimmy Walker until because he played decent last week.
Okay.
Played fairly well last week at Kapalua, so going over to Waialae Country Club, where he's more comfortable. Zach Johnson's always played well there. You know, he's back in the field this year. Other veterans that have done decent in the past, KJ Choli, guys like that. But Jimmy Walker's excited to try to join groups of guys that have won events like 3 in a row.
Right.
Steve Stricker's won the John Deere 3 in a row. Tiger's won several events 3 years in a row. There's some other guys that have won. It's hard to win a lot.
I mean, the competition is stiff.
The same event. Because your game might not be in the same place. Even if you like the course, your game might not be in the same place.
Things change.
So, if you can do it and turn around and go back.
Yeah.
And everything's different when you're the defending champ.
The pressure is on.
Well, because you're the defending champ, right?
Right.
Your immediate responsibilities before are different. Because everybody wants to talk to you because you're the defending champ.
Right.
There's more demand on corporate and sponsor time.
Correct.
Because you're the defending champ. There's more demand, more fans want autographs and stuff because you're the defending champ. I mean, there's a common theme. You're the defending champ. There's more expected of you, more on you, even before you teed up.
Oh, absolutely. soon as you
time
get
on
off the
Thursday.
plane.
The second you're in town,
Right.
there's more on you
There
than there
is.
is on everybody else.
There is.
And if you've got to be able to play through that.
Well, and that's been the biggest thing that we've seen in past champions. How do they handle that pressure?
Yeah.
And that's been a key factor in just, staying true to it.
Right.
About Speed last year, even going back to Tiger, having that same mentality going through. Knowing,
Anybody.
Yeah.
It's hard to win back-to-back weeks.
Absolutely.
Because if you win this week, and you're also playing next week, as soon as you get to that next location, everyone's talking about your win
Previous.
last week.
Right.
Well, that was last week. I got you ready for this week.
Right.
I mean, it was great. It was awesome. I loved winning. It was great sinking that putt on the 18th hole. It was great hitting that drive on number 10. On Sunday coming down the stretch, hitting that iron shot on 16. That sealed the deal for me. Was great. But, by the way, I need to start paying attention to this tournament.
And we're golfers.
And this.
And that's the thing.
We've got to start paying attention because you're only as good as your next shot,
There
right?
it is.
So, even going week to week, so when your game is on, it's hard to go from week to week winning because the focus changes.
Right.
Everybody still wants to talk to you about last week.
Yeah.
Media wants to talk to you about the guy who's got the next most pressure on him, the defending champ, is the guy that won the week before,
Right.
if he's in the field.
Right. If he's in the field,
If he's in the field.
that's the key point.
So it's like Spieth isn't in the field this week, so there's none of that. It's just Jimmy Walker about, hey, you're looking at 3 in a row.
Yeah. How's it feel?
Right. So, but I think that that's a boring pick. If I'm going to go long shot, I look at my fantasy team. I'll pick one of those guys.
And how's the fantasy going this
I
year?
started off really bad. I lost to Jeff in the first week.
Oh,
so
that sucks.
It's really bad. If I'm going to go long shot and Boston like this, I'm going with Pat Perez. He always plays well in Hawaii, in California. We talked about that Tuesday.
West Coast Perez.
West Coast Perez. Now you get him east of the Rocky Mountains, and just forget it.
He's partied out, buddy.
Yeah, he is. He's a West Coast dude for sure.
Okay.
So that would be a long shot. I like him. Although if not such a far long shot, I also like Chris Kirk this week. But Jimmy Walker is just a no-brainer. I mean, you can't not take him. Yeah. Jimmy Walker's another guy who plays well early in the year. So when you only get your certain number of picks through fantasy golf,
Right.
this guy, I've used up half my Jimmy Walkers. I'll have half of them used up by the Masters.
I was about to say.
But I won't touch him again until September. Because he doesn't play well in the summer. I don't know why. He's from Texas. It's not like he doesn't like the heat.
If every show we do ends up talking about fantasy golf, every single one of them.
I think he's scared of me because he didn't even tell me about when to get in.
You can get in.
Is it not too late?
It's not too late.
I didn't get in last year. Yeah, you can get in.
See, what we do is we went, the points are accumulated by segment.
Okay.
So you'll be a little bit behind for that, but then also for the whole year.
Now you're not going to get mad when I win, right?
I'm going to be furious when you win.
I'm just saying.
I'm not going to lie. I finished third last year, and I was mad at the two guys that finished ahead of me.
Third?
I finished third last year. Right now I'm third from the bottom after 1
That's
week.
pressure.
So I got a little climbing to do.
That's some pressure.
But like Jeff said, in a small field, like the tournament champions, only 29 players,
Yeah.
the winner got way more points than a normally weekly winner gets.
Wow.
Because like everybody picked like Jordan Spieth and Patrick Reed. Which I didn't. I had Patrick Reed, but I left him on the bench the whole week because I'm an idiot. But I didn't have that bad of a week, but compared to everybody that took Jordan Spieth, I'm way behind that. But the reason I finished third last year is because everybody outshot themselves early in the year. By the time the end of the season came, they didn't have any more times to play Jordan Spieth. They didn't have any more times to play Jason Day. They didn't have any more times to play Dustin Johnson. And I was able to play those guys down. I was able to play those guys down the stretch because I spread them out. Because I don't want to win a segment or a week.
You want to win
I want to win a season.
the
Finished third last year, and I'll be mad if I finish anywhere lower than first.
That sounds like competition.
If you're not first, you're last.
There it is.
Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, you're last. I mean, I was the second loser. First loser, second place. I was the second loser.
Don't blame that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Don't you put that on me. By the way, there's the first NASCAR reference of the year.
There you go.
We don't make a whole lot of those because I don't crawl that I would rather turn around and look at this blank wall for 4 hours and watch a car race, because that's how the boss paid for all of this stuff. So that's right, but it's just not my thing.
Hey.
I'm a hillbilly, but I ain't that kind of hillbilly. All right, so you're going way out on a limb with what you're saying. Boss, who you like this week before we get out of here?
Well, I'm with you with Jimmy Walker. I'm going to stick with him till he loses, till somebody beats him, just like you said it perfect.
Yeah, give me one other name. And you can't take West Coast Perez. I already took him.
One other name. Let's see. I can't remember who to put on my team, man. Hang on a second.
Yeah, look up your team real quick. While you're looking that up, we'll get some of the business end of this out of the way. The Golf Director Radio and TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com. So when you're visiting the Golf Director, check out our golf course package page where you can get all the information about courses. Give us a call at 844-464-6531 to book your next golfing.
Kevin Kisner.
Kevin Kisner's your guy.
Yep.
Okay, we talked about him at the top of the show.
Yep.
That's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick. KK for this week. I don't have him on my team, but I wouldn't be surprised if I was wrong because he's just one of those kind of guys. Absolutely. All of the programming here at thegolfdirector.com is archived for listening and viewing on demand. So if you've missed a show and you want to catch up, it's easy when you get onto thegolfdirector.com. Go to the radio or the TV tab in the menu there and click on it and scroll down to whichever show you want to hit and catch on. It's as easy as that. Even I can figure that out. We're on 1 billion devices. We're on iTunes, Audio Realm, TuneIn, YouTube, Ustream, Roku, Blueberry, Periscope, Catch Me, and the Myrtle Beach Golf app. Desi Walker, thanks for sitting in with me. Check out her website, Road to Par, and she's at Road to Par on Twitter, and that's the number 2, just like you see right here if you're watching this on TV. By the way, I need to get a GolfMonger on right here.
I'll look you up.
All right. I'm your host, Brian Stephan, for Jeff, the boss, pushing the buttons back there behind the screen, because if it wasn't for him, it'd just be Desi and I standing here talking to each other. Hit me up on Twitter at GolfMonger, and then us here at the Golf Director. Thanks for tuning in. There's more news and information coming up next, and as always, keep it in the short grass.